Alright folks, it's James here. I want to show you guys a gameplay video of my Blizzard Ice-shard hybrid Sorc. This is a hardcore character, so the build will be a little defensive oriented, but you'll see that the DPS is the damage that the build puts out is pretty darn good. Alright, so what we'll be running here is a tier 50 Blind Burrows Nightmare Dungeon. Let's get that going. And you will find the link to the full build, including items, skills, playstyle, and Paragon board in the link in the description. See how to build this Sorc. See, the combo when you're facing elites is about tagging as many with your flame shield to immobilize as possible, putting down your blizzards, and then casting a frost nova to finish everything off. And you'll see that in a tier 50 dungeon, really not having to do very much manual casting of the ice shards. Against trash like this, all that's really required is a single Frost Nova. Okay, this, I'm going to stack a few Blizzards, pop the Frost Nova, and then everything dies once I put the Frost Nova down. That procs vulnerable on the elites, and the stack Blizzards do the rest. So again, trash, single Frost Nova kills everything. You've got the Ice Shards enchantment, which sends auto-casted Ice Shards out to kill all your frozen enemies, for as long as they're frozen, which is more than enough to do the job against trash mobs. And so the combo that I went over, that's more for when you're fighting against elites. So we'll put our Blizzards down, get the Flame Shield going, pop a Frost Nova, and if somehow we miss one of the elites, we can cast some manual Ice Shards to finish it off. So I like to pop my Ice Shield before I engage elites.
I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that.
So when your Frost Nova is not up, you're actually okay. Your damage will not be as good because you won't have that AoE vulnerable cast, but you will get that frozen from the blizzards, right? Because blizzards chill, so after a few seconds of continuous chilling, enemies then become frozen. So, and then you also have the ability to proc a vulnerable from your manual ice shards casts.
not ready yet.
So I think what you'll see here is the main boss strategy with this build is to proc staggered and then allow that to let you do massive damage, right? So and in this case, not really needed. But against a tougher boss or a higher nightmare dungeon, even if the boss's HP is high when you begin the stagger period, you'll just burn through the health bar very, very quickly. Try another dungeon 5. So we can try this one. Crowd control duration versus monsters. Not ideal because we do rely on Frozen to get quite a damage boost and to send those auto-casted ice shards. But also not the worst dungeon affixes for us. But this is going to be a higher level dungeon, so the monsters will be a little bit more resistant to our attacks and be doing quite a bit more damage themselves. Right, so tier 55. Again, this is on hardcore, so we do have to play a little defensive in certain situations. See how much harder they hit. It's good to have all your defensive cooldowns up when you engage elites, especially in the higher dungeon. It allows you to really get that burst down because you immobilize, freeze, and you've got the armor to make sure that nothing bad happens as you're fighting the monsters there. In this case, I don't have my ice armor. Should be okay because everything is frozen. Do I want goblins? Yes, I do. A couple manual cast ice shards burn down the goblin pretty quickly once it's frozen.
I'm not ready yet.
In the lower level dungeons, you don't really need to stack blizzards that much. As you start getting higher, that's how you're going to get sustained damage over time on these elites, by stacking 3 or 4 blizzard tasks before you go into your combo. So again, you want to stack the blizzards because they do last for anywhere from 8 to 12 seconds. So you stack those, and then you launch into your combos with proc, immobilized, and frozen. And that's how you get the massive damage going from the aspect of control that you have on your amulet. You can see even against these objectives, I am stacking my Blizzard. Alright, there you have it. That was just a short gameplay video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the build, how it works, or anything at all. Again, you'll find the link to the build in the description. Thanks for watching, guys.